I don't really know. It was kind of the expectation, really. I'm just glad that we did it, finally. It's been 4 or 5 years in the making, so check that one off the list. Fortunately, we got 3 years of doing this till we can do it again in Paris. I shouldn't say unfortunately, but unfortunately we have to wait for the Olympic Games. But, I'm here, I'm present, I'm enjoying it. I'm going to try to let it sink in a little bit, Go ahead.
How's the fight?
He's tough competitor. I mean, you always know, wrestling Iranian, they're known for their toughness and their straightforward hand fighting, and a lot like the way I wrestle, so I was looking forward to that battle, that fist fight, dog fight, however you want to describe it, and he stood in there a lot better than I thought he was going to, I just wanted to wrestle as hard as I could through that whole match, and that first 2 minutes, we were scrapping, he was still staying in there. I was like, all right, let's go. That's what we do. That's why we do it, for that, So I'm very grateful for him as an opponent to push me and make me better. So thank you to him.
Do you want to revanche with Uruguay?
Do I want a rematch with Ilgoyev? Of course I do. It was close. It was a good battle. That one was, if this was a fist fight with the Iranian, Ilgoyev's like a chess match. He's very good at winning. Obviously, he's a great wrestler and a great athlete, but I think the thing he's best at is finding a way to win, and he showed that in the Olympic Games. But I'm starting to learn how to win as a competitor. I think I'm a pretty decent wrestler, but I don't know if I know how to really win on a consistent basis yet. And Ilgoyev, he can. So I'm looking forward to that rematch. I respect him a lot. So, of course, I want that rematch.
Yeah. You said we won this. Who's we?
We is from me, myself, and I, all the way to me and my wife, my dogs, my unborn child, my coaching staff, USA Wrestling, my training partners, my annoying cameraman. Don't let this fool you. I did nothing really. I did 18 to 24 minutes, 20 minutes of work out there, but it's all the people behind the scenes, the people you don't see, the people that will never take credit for anything. Those are the people, that's we. So I want to make sure I give credit to them, but most importantly, above all, give glory to God, because we're here because of him, and I just want to do my best and perform to my best to honor him, because he gave me these gifts. So I have to turn around and offer him something, even if it's just a little bit, because he gives me everything. So that's who I talk about in we. There's a whole clan of us, as we say in Council Bluffs, Iowa.
Thomas, you talked about learning how to win matches. I thought one of the big exchanges was that single leg when you're up 3-0, and it was down to the mat, up to the feet, down the mat, up to the feet. Talk us through that scenario, what he was doing to prevent the finish, and just how important you thought that finish was.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar in that position. Going back to 2017, I wrestled Autry 2 times, once at the Worlds and another time in Iran at the World Cup, Clubs Cup. And Iranians are really good there, maybe throwing your head to the outside, busting your lock, focusing on those little, very fundamental things. And so I just kind of chuckled to myself. I was like, this is familiar. This is Iran right here. If I could describe Iranian wrestling beyond the underhook and their hand fighting, would be their fundamental but hard leg defense. But I was thinking, dog on the ball, let's ice this match right here. Let's get 2. I was looking for maybe 4, maybe lift him and step through. But I was getting the edge, and he was strong there. So I dumped him, and that ended up in the 2. But like you said, if I don't get that takedown, maybe I lose. So it was important looking back, but maybe I stay in there a little bit. 5-0. Wouldn't classify myself as a winner, but I can win 5 with 5 points. With 3 points, I'm not confident that I can win that match and stay in there. And that's something I got to continue to work on, if I'm being completely honest. It's a mental thing, maybe an emotional thing, where instead of just wrestling through the positions, I kind of try to win. And when you start trying to win, that's how you lose. hence the Ugoev match. You know, I went from just wrestling, scoring points, to, okay, there's 46 seconds left, let's try to win this match. And that's when I got taken down and lost. So not to get too deep into that, but there you go. Yeah, you got something to work with there.
So you had to compete a couple months after going to Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
What was it like getting prepared so you could bring your best here?
You know, every competition offers something unique as far as adversity. Sometimes the adversity is very small. Sometimes the adversity is very big. This was no different. It was a quick turnaround. You know, I don't know how much weight I really cut, but just with my genetics, I'm very lean, so it's hard for me to, you know, get down to, not hard, but it takes a little work to get my weight down. And talking with my coaches, we took like 3 weeks just to let my body and my hormones kind of bounce back, and that meant, you know, not watching my diet or anything. So it cut the weight descent program really, really down. But you know, there's just a lot coming off the Olympic Games. You know, you're at maybe an all-time high. I was so close to accomplishing one of my lifelong dreams. I was pretty proud of myself. I still am. You know, it's not nothing to really slough at being an Olympic bronze medalist. And I made a point to stop my decision to go to the Worlds because I didn't want it to be emotional. I wanted it to be the right decision. So I got home, talked to my wife, and you know, some of those conversations were a little bit difficult because I promised her, I made plans with her that I would get my foot evaluated. I promised her that we'd go on vacation because I neglect those aspects of my life. And so, but she understood and she said, hey, I know you want to do this. You have to do it. And so I said, I'm sorry, we're doing that. We're going to do this. And so she backed me 100% from there forward. And, you know, there's another hiccup in there. I mean, people might have heard, but I ended up getting COVID about 3 weeks ago. And so I was like, well, shoot, am I going to be able to go and pass the test or anything? And beyond that, you're like, well, can't get on the mat, can't condition. I got to rid my body of this virus. Am I going to be ready? Am I going to be ready? But I had those conversations with my wife and my coaches and God, and I came to the conclusion that, you know, God was just telling me, you think you're tough? Well, let's see how tough you are. Let's see how tough you are. And it was more, you know, mental, emotional, and spiritual than physical. Because physical, you can push through anything. You know, it's just getting over those other battles. And I did, and we're here, and now it's time for a break.
Your patriotism, love of country is a consistent through line in a lot of your interviews. So what does it mean? How special was it running around with the flag? I saw you kind of gather yourself a little bit once you got off the stage.
That's kind of a conflicting thing for me. Maybe I take it too far, but it's kind of a disgrace to the flag in a way to drape it around your shoulders. It should be on a staff, but you know, it's tradition and that's what we do, so that's what I'll do, and I'll deal with my stepfather when I get home. But there's a conversation we've had, inside joke, I guess. But yeah, just to stand on top of the podium this time after, you know, being silver, 5th, bronze, now gold, and to see our flag the highest where it belongs and hear our national anthem, that's very special to me. Because I feel like, a lot like God, you know, this country has given me so much. This is the least I can do to give back, is to bring them to the top and just honor the country, because that's what it's about.